some channel maintenance, some channel hygiene. Channels are Tamagotchi. So, if you're new here, welcome to my nonsense. If you're old here, welcome back. Oh, geez, if you're new here, please consider hitting subscribe. If you're old here, go double check. Make sure you're subscribed. Hit the like. If you like, leave a comment. It could be anything related to the video. It could just be a hello, a few emojis, whatever. As long as it's cool and respectful. Hit the notification bell. As always, I'll link my tip jars down yonder in the description box. No pressure whatsoever, but every $1 or $2 helps. That is what allows me to continue to make content. Also, you are invited to my Patreon. I know not everybody can come, but you can't say you weren't invited. The link to my Patreon is down below, and I post a lot over there. I think there's like 400 posts over there. I opened up YouTube memberships, so if you don't want to leave the platform, but you still want extra content, you can click the join button below for YouTube membership videos. That is content that is exclusive to YouTube memberships. Okay, so where do we start? I watched Long Bright River. I had been waiting a long time for Long Bright River to come out. I read the book. It was one of my top books of whatever year that I read it. It is about, the main character is a woman that is on the Philadelphia, like Kensington area police force, and she has a sister. The same streets that she patrols are the streets that her sister, who is an addict, a very, like an intravenous addict, she works those streets to support herself and to support her habit, right? This cop, the main character, she is a mother as well. So she's a single mom. You don't really know what's up with the dad at the beginning. It takes a long time to find out where's the dad, who's the dad. She's doing it all by herself. She lives in like a little apartment above an older lady who she kind of becomes okay with, I'll say that. But it turns out there's a serial killer, and he is targeting the workers of the night, the night butterflies. And the first call she goes to, that was a call related to this type of killing. The girl looks just like her sister, and it takes her a minute to be like, is that my sister? It's not, but her sister is missing. So she starts, she's asking like, what, have you seen my sister? Have you seen my sister? And usually like she keeps tabs on her pretty well without really talking to her because they're kind of estranged. But she cares about her, so she keeps tabs on her. She can't find her anywhere. And these killings keep happening. It's a show now. It was made into a show on Peacock. Long Bright River. With Amanda Seyfried. It's got Bunchy. Remember Bunchy from Ray Donovan is in it. I'm trying to think if there was anybody else I recognized. But Amanda Seyfried plays the police officer. The book was better. The book was better, of course, but if you've never read the book, you wouldn't know that. It's a pretty decent show. It fell a little flat for me, but I still recommend it. Okay. Now, everybody's watching this one, including me. Season 3 of White Lotus. This season is set, it's on HBO, this season is set in Thailand. And it's following a kooky cast of characters. There's a girls' trip thing going on, so there's 3 girls. One of them is like a celebrity, and then her 2 friends. And they're always getting in these little arguments, kind of like you can tell they kind of hate each other. That's why I don't do girl trips. Another family that is from the South, and it's Parker Posey plays the mom, and she has got show. So, and then the sister, the girl of the kids, is trying to get to know the area because she wants to move there for a year, but she's not telling her parents that. And then the youngest boy, like the baby boy, is just kind of lost. He's kind of like, he's just the follower of his two older siblings at the beginning. So you've got that set of people, and then you've got Walter Goggins and his girlfriend. Oh, what is her name? She's in all the stuff right now. She's really cute. They're there, and she thinks they're there for a vacation, but really, her boyfriend is there because he's got it out for somebody. He's trying to hunt somebody down. And then you've got one of the women from a previous season, and the husband of this is so complicated. How do you explain White Lotus? The husband of Tanya, which was Stifler's mom, just the husband now is on this season, and I did not know that is Rico from Napoleon Dynamite. That is Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite. And then as soon as I saw that, I was like, yes, it is. Why didn't we notice that? And then you've got some of the workers are big characters too. So there's a guard. There is a kind of like a butler. It's supposed to be like a hot butler. And one of the women workers who is kind of maybe interested in the guard, but the guard's definitely interested in her. Anyways, you're just following these people around, and they've all got some deep, dark secrets going on. But I have to say, this season, I think they're all kind of slow. White Lotus is a slow burn, and this one might be the slowest burn of all. The season finale is tomorrow night, but I can't watch it tomorrow night because my husband will be at work and I have to wait for him. So I'll have to watch it Monday or Tuesday or something. And it better knock my socks off because they have been burning this. They've been burning this slowly, very slowly. They're been killing me softly. Me and my friend were talking, we're like, if this season finale doesn't come out with a bang, we're boycotting next season, which we won't. But we said we were. Alright. I watched the Ruby Frank documentary, which is on Hulu. And while I had watched a bunch of YouTubes about this Ruby Frank and her girlfriend slash therapist slash partner in crime, I can't even think of the name of that one. The documentary did dig deeper, and it was interviewing her husband, which it brought up all kinds of like people saying he should go to jail too. If you don't know, Ruby Frank was like a YouTube family channel mom that went, she was like Mormon or something too. Some kind of religious. Don't quote me on Mormon, but I think so. 6 kids. Basically abused them all into doing this family channel the way that she wanted it done. Ends up, she's just getting worse and worse. But she ends up kicking her husband out of the house and kind of moving this therapist lady in. And they start treating the kids, basically they're like chaining them up. And they were even, you know, when you're chained up you get sores on your wrists or your ankles. They were even putting like cayenne pepper, like some crazy, it's sick. Like you'll be so sick after you watch it. So I don't necessarily recommend it. But if you want to know more about the Ruby Frank stuff, it does give you a lot, and it gives you her husband's perspective. And it's just weird that he loved this woman and still loves this woman throughout all this. yes, but he did know to a certain extent before he was kicked out. He did know some stuff was going on. And then when he was kicked out, she like wasn't letting him see the kids or anything. So he didn't know, but also you should be forcing the legal system. Like, you're not in trouble. You can see your kids. But he would do anything this woman said. So, she said jump. He said how high. I watched Adolescence on Netflix, and a lot of people are like, oh my god, it was so boring. I think if you don't know going in that each episode is shot in one shot, and you don't appreciate it for that, I can see how you would think like, oh my god, this is kind of boring, but this is just one steady shot. So it's Stephen Graham. I think that's the only name that I knew from the show. And then the boy, it was his first time acting ever. And it is about a 13-year-old boy. Right off the bat, you find out that he killed a little girl, or a girl his age. And his parents just had no idea what was going on with this boy. They thought he was just a regular kid, and he had gotten looped into like the manosphere and just like all this toxic BS, and it had rotted his brain, right? So he thought he would just kill this girl that didn't want to go out with him. He's like obsessed with the fact that, according to these stats, I don't know, that 80% of women want 20% of men or something. I don't know where they're measuring that from, but it's kind of like the show is kind of saying, hey, you need to see what your boys are up to on the internet too. You spend all your time looking out for your daughters, thinking that somebody's out to get your daughters, and there are people brainwashing your boys. So check their searches, talk to them. You know, discuss this stuff. Ask if they're teenagers, ask if they've been watching any of that type of brainwashing. It is scary. I do recommend it, but watch it through the lens of, it's 4 episodes. I think they're an hour long each. Watch it through the lens of knowing that each episode is one single shot. It's a cameraman following these people for 1 hour as they act. 2 shows that I've started. One was Mobland. It's either on Peacock or it's on since I read Slammerkin by Emma Donoghue, I know what type of historical fiction, nonfiction I like, and it's crap like that. I don't know what's wrong with me. But I do have to get ready to go do my taxes, so I'm going